Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you very much for joining me on Results Mastery Live. It's great to be here. I love doing these. I do them pretty much every day, and they're going to last for about 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to be respectful of your time, but thank you for your time in being here. Thank you for watching it, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, or iTunes. What else are we on? We're on Amazon Music and about 30 other streaming sites. So altogether, we've got an audience today of around about 7,000 people. How cool is that, guys? You know, and I say that not to impress you, but just to impress upon you. If somebody normal, just like you or I, can do it, then there's no reason why you can't do it. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. That's a firm belief that I have. So, you know, as I say, thank you for being here. I've been doing this being helping small businesses to become more successful now for over 28 years. And to be honest, you know, you wouldn't be doing this if you weren't very good at it, or I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't very good at it. The market would have found me out, and I'd have probably given up and I don't know, gone and done something else many, many years ago. But you can imagine the changes that have gone on over many, many years in the world of marketing. And, you know, it's just unbelievable at the moment. You know, I've never known a time like it where there's so much new stuff, you know, AI and other, you know, it's like every few days there's a new fantastic you know, website or piece of software or whatever that's going to help you improve your marketing in some way. In fact, I go as far as to say it's arguably impossible to keep up, but certainly very difficult. But something I take very, very seriously. I learned my skill, my craft from the world's leading sales, marketing, and business growth experts, people who've made many, many hundreds of millions of pounds. I learned that stuff from them. I pay to go on their courses. I pay to sign up to their programs. And then I deliver the best of all that to my clients. And that's what I've been doing now for 28 years. And it works fantastically well. I've written 4 books on marketing, just about to launch another one called, surprise, surprise, Results Mastery. And, you know, I've helped my clients literally make millions and millions of pounds. Not all of them, I want to be clear, you know, startups, my goal is to get them to 6 figures in 12 months, which I think is very, very reasonable and fairly easy to do as long as you take action. But today we're here to talk about how to make 2024 better than 2023. That's assuming 2 things. A, 2023, you know, maybe didn't go as well as you would like, and B, you'd like to do better in 2024. Now, we need to define, what does doing better mean? You know, for different people, that could mean all sorts. Doing better could mean retiring and not having to do any of this stuff. Doing better could mean working less. Doing better could be about putting your prices up so you're able to earn more money for the same amount of work. Doing better could be losing some weight and, you know, becoming fitter, you know, if that's an issue for you. But, you know, you'll be surprised to hear that my definition of doing better and what I specialize in is helping people to do better from a business point of view, from a growing their business, from a leveraging their business, from a scaling their business to the next level. That's what we're going to talk about today. So if you're interested in that, then you're definitely in the right place. And thank you ever so much for being here. So as I said, today is about making 2024 better than 2023. So let me just clarify something. By better, we don't necessarily mean to grow the business from a point of view of turnover. There's a good saying that is really, really true, and that is turnover is vanity and profit is, what do you think? You've heard this many times, I know. Sanity. Profit is sanity. So the purpose of a business is not to create turnover. The purpose of a business is to create profit. You know, if you're turning over £1 million a year, and your costs are 1.2 million pounds, you ain't going to stay in business that long, or if you are, you're losing 200 grand a year for every year that you stay in business until and unless something changes. So, this is about how to make more profit. Now, there are only two ways, really, fundamentally, of making more profit. One, you can reduce costs, and two, you can increase sales. That is it. That is the whole ball of wax. Making more money, making more profit, reduce your costs, increase your sales. That's it. So if that's it, the question is, what can you do to reduce costs? Now, that's not my expertise. I don't know your business, so I've not got a great conversation on that. All I can say is go and have a look at it. Go and check out your costs. Are there things you can save? Are there things that are not contributing to growing your business right now? And do you know what? It doesn't really matter that much. If they're just little things, £20 here to a piece of software that you subscribe to that you don't really use very much. Things like that, little costs that together all add up to a significant amount. Let's say you've got, 10 of those. That's £200. That's £200 a month. That's £2,400 worth of extra profit just because you spent a little bit of time getting rid of a few things that you don't really need. So that's a good one. Now, the key area, though, if you want to really leverage, if you want to grow your business, is sales or increasing, growing your business, getting more sales into your business. So if we want to do that, what have we got to do? Well, again, there are only really three ways of doing it. I got this many, many years ago from a guy called Jay Abraham. Jay's often acknowledged as almost like the godfather of marketing, of one of two or three people who you'd sort of put into that title. And Jay said that there are three ways of growing a business. One is fairly obvious, and that is to get new customers. Getting new customers in the door is definitely key. That is something you should be focusing on. Number two is increasing the average transaction value. That's the average amount of money each customer spends each time they buy from you. And number three is increasing the frequency of repurchase, getting them to come back and buy from you again and again and again. Now, if I asked you which one's the hardest to do, I would hallucinate that you're going to say it's getting more customers, because it is. Selling to people who are strangers, who don't know you, they don't like you yet, and they certainly don't trust you because you're a sleazy sales guy or a sleazy marketer. You've got to take them from a level where they do know, like, and trust you, your products, and your company. Okay, so that is a really important area, and an area that a lot of people focus a lot of time, effort, and money on. The second one and the third one are the two areas where typically businesses don't do well: the average unit of sale and the frequency of repurchase. So if you think of it from something simple like a shop or a supermarket. Let's use a shop. What do we want? We want to get more people in the door, customer acquisition. We want to get them to fill their baskets more, or fill it with more expensive products, increasing the average unit of sale. And we want to get them to come back and buy everything, or all that I sell, all the types of things that I sell from my shop and not another shop. And so we want to increase the frequency of repurchase, getting them to come back more often. Now, if number one is the hardest to do, what and where do you spend most of your time? If you're like 99% of the businesses that I work with, when I first start working with them, it's going to be on number one, on the hardest thing to do. So we need to make sure that we're covering the other two. Just think to yourself, right, let's look at your marketing right now and say to yourself, right, what are you doing to get new customers? What are you doing to increase the average amount of money each customer spends once they are customers? And what are you doing to increase the frequency of repurchase? In other words, to get them to come back and buy from you again and again and again. Now, really important for you to do that. Having said that, I want to go through a 5-step process. Can't remember where I learned this, but I learned it somewhere. It's not my idea, but I think it's a good one. So I'm going to show it you. I'm going to tell you what it is. So number one, first thing you need to do is to overcome the biggest problem that you're facing right now in terms of growing your business. And so am I, and so is every small business probably on the planet, and that is the word obscurity. The truth of the matter is nobody's heard of us. And when I say nobody, I mean not enough. You know, if you're Nike, if you're Vodafone, if you're Apple, you know, you've overcome obscurity. You know, you're known by pretty much most people on the planet. But for us small businesses, we're just not known well enough. You know, how many people know about your business? For me, if I looked at my email and social media and stuff like that, let's just move aside the amount of people I'm advertising to, because I don't think they actually know me. But the people who I'm in regular communication with, it's probably somewhere around about 100,000, which, to be honest, is a lot more than most, but not as much as some. I fully accept that. But if I look at my target market, it's small business owners. So how many of those are there in the UK? Well, about 3 million. And I'm known by 100,000. Can you see the problem? And you've probably got the same problem. You know, if your target market is hotels in Portsmouth and you currently have a list of 500 and there's actually 2,000 of them, you're not marketing to 75% of your target market. It is as simple as that. So you need to focus on that. If you're going to grow your business in 2024, you know, that's the first thing you need to focus on. Next, it's all very well having a big list, but it's about the, you know, communication strategy. How are you keeping in touch with them? For a lot of people, they do things like send out a quarterly email newsletter. They post twice per week on LinkedIn. And I'm here to tell you, it's not enough. It's simply not enough. What you need to do is this. The reason why you've not got enough sales, I'm assuming you've not, if you're at this level and you want to get to this level, then you've got to increase sales. Would you accept that? You know, you can save a little bit on on your costs, but fundamentally you've got to increase sales. If you want to do that and you're serious about it, then this is what you need to do. You need to make more offers. You've got to make more offers, and you've got to improve the quality of those offers. Step 2, make more offers, post more, pick up the phone more, email more, do more. You want to win more business from advertising? Spend more money. But before you do that, improve the quality so you improve the conversion rate. So this is all about going from people who you're connected to people who you're going to bring in to your business by getting them to know, like, and trust you. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not here to sell anything, really. All I'm here to do is to demonstrate my expertise. And I'm hoping that some of you are going to think, do you know what, this Steve Mills guy, he might be able to really help me in my business, because I can. But until maybe you listen to me here, you might have sort of known me, you know, not known really what I can do for you. So, and obviously I hope I'm creating an impression that I can help, because I know I can. I really do. So know, like, and trust. We've then got to get people to a level where they're what I call communicating back to you. So they're messaging you, they're in contact with you, they're responding, they're commenting, they've perhaps joined something like this where they start to communicate. Oh, and by the way, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me any questions that you've got. You can do that, or you could, if you want to, I'll just put my email there. There we go. So check out my email and email me. If you want to book a meeting also, you'd be very welcome to do so. Just sign up probably at my website here, steve-mills.com. Click on one of the gold buttons and you'll find access to my diary. Yeah, we need people to communicate back. Once we've got them to this level, then depending on what your sales process is, whether it's to, sell them something on your online website or whether it's to meet them, we need to get them to the next level. Now, what we don't need to do is to sell to people too early in the relationship. I use the metaphor of it's like me going up to a load of women and going, "Hi, my name's Steve. Do you want to marry me?" No? Oh, all right then. I'll go and ask somebody else. And I go off and ask somebody else. Now, that would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? It would be crackers. Why would I do that? I might get some crazy person sooner or later say yes, but the chances are I'm going to have to, kiss a load of frogs or, ask a load of people to buy from me, some of which, by the way, are going to get upset. They're going to say, "What do you mean? Oh, I don't want to marry you. Who are you? You don't even know you. Are you some sort of nutter?" We don't want that, obviously. And yet we do that all the time. I get people all the time on LinkedIn who will say, "I was looking at your website, Steve, and really liked it. And I'd love to connect to you on LinkedIn." And then I connect to them, and within 3 seconds, they send me an email trying to sell me something. And I just know that they've not written that email. It's not personalized. It's just an automated email that comes out. And I bet you've had exactly the same thing. So, think about what you're doing in this area. But we've got to turn this goodwill, these connections, into meetings. Once we've got the meeting, we need to look very importantly about how we can improve our conversion rate. People tell me typically, I convert 40% of my leads, of my meetings into sales, 40%. And that's better than some, not as good as others. If you think about that, 4 out of 10. If we could improve that by 20%, 20% improvement goes from 40% to 60%. You think about what that means to your business. It doesn't mean a 20% increase. It means a 50% increase, 50% growth in your business by improving the conversion rate of your meetings into sales. How powerful is that? Now, how do you do that? You make the first sale really easy. Unless you're selling something, I don't know, really expensive that's like cost million, you sell fighter jets, or not fighter jets, that's not a good example, is it? You sell helicopters into very wealthy, million plus people. It's difficult to make the first sale easy on that, although you could argue that the first sale could be a series of flying lessons or something like that. You could offer that, even if you don't right now, but you could do. But make the first sale easy. Make it as easy as you can. And I think also having 3 different levels of service, like with me, you can join my Results Mastery University. You can join for free to get the free version, or you can scale and get the paid version where you get a lot more. And for that, I charge £39 a month. It's next to nothing. It's a no-brainer. It's probably worth 50 to 100 grand in value in terms of the training in it. Or you can upscale to my group-based results mastery program, which is $299. Or you can upscale to the one-to-one results mastery program, which is $799. So you're with me, you know, so we've got different levels of service dependent on the size of the business and what they need. Okay, so if you run a, I don't know, landscape gardening business, you could have different levels of service, whether you call them bronze, silver, or gold, or whatever. But, you know, really, really valuable. So think about that. So make the first sale easy. Then, and I think this is a really important one, develop some form of continuation program so that when people do buy, they buy into you. Now, again, I'll use the metaphor of a landscape gardener. If I was a landscape gardener, I come along to your house, you want your, you know, back garden landscaped, and I do that, I could then sell you into a maintenance program. Okay, so that we come back whenever it is, twice a year, once a month, whatever it is, to do that type of maintenance work to keep your garden looking as good as it does right now. And you know, a percentage of people are going to take me up on that offer. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've taken a little bit more time of yours than I wanted to, but I hope you found it of value. I'd love to have a meeting with you. I often say to people on my talks here, you know, purpose of the meeting for me, you know, yeah, I'm doing it out of goodwill, trying to, you know, basically get people to know and understand the value that I can provide. But ultimately, you know, I want to win you as a client. That's absolutely for sure. So if you want to talk to me about that, talk to me about how I can help you. I know I can. I've been doing it for over 28 years now. I've helped businesses make many millions, or at least go from startup to 100 grand plus. So if you want to commit to that, then book a meeting with me. What have you got to lose? There'll be no hard sell, just me helping you a little bit with your business, and then talking to you at the end about what I can do for you going forward. So if you do, go to, again, Steve-Mills, and use one of the gold buttons for a meeting using my Calendly link. Other than that, may I say thank you for being here, and look forward to seeing you on my next Results Mastery Live. Thank you.